Hello friends, welcome to GST Zen Annual Returns webinar series. We are in session 2. In this session, we are going to understand about the GSTR 9 and the various tables in GSTR 9. I am sure by now you got the legal background of the GSTR 9. Let me tell you, GSTR 9 is a beautifully drafted form with various aspects an assessing officer needs to know during the assessments or a compilation of the transactions for the financial year. If we look at the structure of the form is divided into 6 parts covering 19 tables. Let me walk you through how the form has been designed. And as I said, this is a well thought and beautifully drafted form. Basically, this annual return is for a financial year, which means the transactions pertaining to one financial year which has been reported by way of GSTR 1, 3B or some incoming data through 2A is all compiled and presented. You may ask the question, why annual return since the forms are already there? This is a last chance for an SSC to present what he intended to present in the monthly returns. If you remember well, GSTR 1, 2, 3 was supposed to be the original returns and it did not come. GSTR 3B is the summary return. Now let's understand how the GSTR 9 is drafted. Part 1 is the basic information about the SSC. Table 1 to 3 deals with the part 1. First and foremost thing anyone would want to understand about the SSC is the turnover and the liability. Right? So the turnover and the liability is captured in part 2. Part 2 is divided into 2 tables, table 4 and table 5. Table 4 deals with the transactions which have tax liability. Table 5 deals with the turnover which do not have the tax liability. So my liability is recorded in part 2, table 4. Obviously, after the liability and turnover, what comes is input tax credit. So part 3 deals with input tax credit. Table 6, 7 and 8 deals with it. Table 6 captures the information of input tax credit availed. Table 7 input tax credit which is reversed during the period. Table 8 on reconciliation with GSTR 2A. After the liability and input tax credit, how is my net liability is discharged? So your part 4 deals with taxes payable and taxes paid, which is only one table, table 9. And you do not have a data entry in taxes paid because it's a statement of fact that the taxes have been discharged using GSTR 3B. Ideally, the form should have got concluded by now. However, we know that the GSTR 3B cannot be revised. So, if an errors that have creeped in GSTR 3B, the only way one could rectify is in the subsequent month returns. So, we also have circular 26/26/2017 and the last circular of 2017 which has given an explanation how do you make errors how do you rectify the errors that have creeped in GSTR 3B. Now you might have a liability in the month of March which you have not paid it and you have paid it in April. Likewise, you have extra paid, you have adjusted in April. You have an input tax credit of the previous financial year, you have availed it in the next period. We know by virtue of section 39, the time limit to make these corrections is up until September of the next financial year. So, whatever the corrections which have been done in the next financial year pertaining to the previous financial year for which we are filing the annual return is captured in the part 5. This is a very important table, very crucial table. Please watch our next series on how do we ascertain the data that gets infilled in part 5. Ideally, again with this the return should have been completed. But however, the government wants to know more information about the business. So the miscellaneous information, the other information is captured in part 6, talking about various information from table 15 to table 19. Now, the primary question people always get is, what is my source of information for reporting in GSTR 9? Now, the source of information when it comes to the liability is the liability or the turnover on which the taxes are paid is what needs to be reported. Please note, there might be a differences between the turnover within the books, turnover in GSTR 1, turnover on which the liability is paid in GSTR 3B. GSTR 9 is an annual return. As I mentioned in my earlier video, it is an information return. Post filing of your annual return, there is no impact in your liability ledger or cash ledger or credit ledger. So you are only reporting what has been happened or what has happened, what was dealt, or what the taxes paid. So in GSTR 9, you cannot do a discovery of new figures for which the taxes are not paid. If you look at the instructions carefully, the instruction said what you have to report is the aggregate value of the supplies made on which the taxes have been paid shall be declared here. If you have a turnover on which the taxes are not paid, you would not be disclosing in your GSTR 9, a very important thing. While filling the information, we may use various tables in GSTR 9, including the amendment table, table 9 and 10 of GSTR 1, we can use it while filling GSTR 9. However, GSTR 1 is not a conclusive or the final data for filing GSTR 9. I may borrow the information that is available for my segregation, but what needs to be paid, let me highlight once again, is the turnover on which the taxes has been paid. If you have paid the taxes, only that turnover that needs to be reported. While it comes to the input tax credit, even here, input tax credit, whatever the credit which has been availed, the net credit availed, gross minus reversal, the net credit which is availed is what needs to be reported in the annual return. For some reason, if you have not availed an input tax credit through your 3B, table 4A, which talks about various subcategories under which an input tax credit can be availed, if the input tax credit for some reason is not availed in GSTR 3B, you cannot disclose that information in GSTR 9 now. Or you realize that you have wrongly availed a credit, you have extra availed a credit, you cannot change that credit now in GSTR 9. GSTR 9, you would only be reporting whatever the credit which has been availed. Having said that, one leeway that you will be getting is in GSTR 3B, if you have not done a proper segregation between 4A1 to 4A5, you have an opportunity to rightly present whatever the credits which you have availed. Please note, the credits which have been availed has to be classified into input services and capital goods. Very crucial information. You might find it difficult doing it, but in the interest of the taxpayers, you should do it. Because during the departmental audits and assessments, they also look at what is your input output ratio. And if you have done a proper segregation, it also eases your own assessment. So please note, the premise for turnover and liability is the taxes which have been paid, and premise for input tax credit is the credit which has been availed and reversed. When it comes to the refund and demand, we also have an obligation to report in table 15 the refund claimed or demands which have been paid. Even here, it is not about the refund of the 2018-19 or for the 2018-19. It is during the period of 2018-19, how much amount of refund has been filed, of which how much refund has been sanctioned, how much has been rejected, how much is it pending. In the financial year 18-19, you might have filed for 17-18 and 1819. It is not about the 1819 refund, because 1819 refund you would have filed in 1920. It's not about traveling to the future and bringing it here. During the financial year, what all the transactions you have conducted, that is what you are reporting. If you have made an application for refund, you would report it here. If you have not, you wouldn't report it here, right? Likewise, if there are any demands that have been raised, you would be reporting the value of the demands, and if the demands have been paid, the quantum that has been paid and the quantum that is pending. That is what one has to report. Friends, I am sure you got an idea of what is the structure of GSTR 9 and how this needs to be reported. So please watch us in all our upcoming videos, and in my next video we are going to discuss on how do we arrive at gross turnover in GSTR 9. So starting with your part 2, table 4 and table 5. Feel free to write to us if you have any queries, and do subscribe to our channel to get more about the upcoming videos and various knowledge sharing sessions. Thank you for watching the video.